If you had one piece of advice for Latin dance sport competitors, what would that be? And I know it's hard to narrow down. I have over 40 years experience in this industry, a long time pro dancer, but I'm super curious about your experiences because I am but one person. But here goes. Here's my 2 cents on this topic. My number one recommendation, if I could only give one, for a Latin competitor would be to slow down when you are learning these patterns. So honestly, compared to most of the standard dances, there are a lot of syncopations, body isolations, intricate timing, in all of the Latin dances, really. And you are never going to cultivate the correct muscle memory if you do everything at speed. Literally, slow it down. Is this kind of boring sometimes? Yeah, I'm the first to admit. Is this, in my opinion, especially challenging when you're working on super fast, joyful music like a samba or a cha-cha or a jive? Heck yeah! I want to throw it down too. I'm excited. That music just gets that adrenaline rolling and you just want to be joyful along with it and move fast. But I got news for you guys. If you cultivate bad muscle memory, it's going to take you 10 times as much time and money to unlearn kind of non-ideal body movement. And just kind of like, I grew up playing many instruments, including piano. So I did not start by playing a full speed sonata, right? I started with like a simple song like Swans on the Lake, one hand, real slow, da na 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 na. Okay, not the most exciting thing in the world, guys, but I guarantee if I had jumped in with extremely fast, intricate music, I would have never become the pianist I ultimately became. And I did become quite good. I took piano lessons for 10 years, private lessons growing up. Any mahoozer related to this in terms of slowing it down would be to slow down the rate at which you add new patterns. Now, if you're in group classes, disregard what I'm saying. I'm really aiming this conversation towards competitors. If you take a group class, you can just kind of manhandle yourself and your partner through the patterns, and that's kind of a different animal. And you obviously want to pursue whatever path is most joyful to you. But for competitors, I see people get very excited about choreo. They see, for example, another bronze couple on the floor who has 5 more figures than they do. And they want to do those figures now because they can, because technically the syllabus allows it. And you know what, guys? Have a little more trust in your coach. Odds are, especially if you have a comp coming up, they're going to, what you might feel to be dumbed down your routine, so to speak. Trust me, they are working on your behalf. They want you to look the best you can on the floor. So if there are certain patterns that you naturally have an aptitude for, of course they're going to put a lot of those in. If there's a pattern where they're like, man, this is going to take a year of 10 privates a week to get this bad boy under control, they're not going to want to put that pattern in for you. What looks good on another dancer in your studio might not look good on you, and vice versa, okay? What looks best on you on that comp floor might look horrible on that other person. So if I'm going to show up to compete on that TV show, America's Got Talent, and I'm an amazing baritone singer, why would I show up on competition day trying to sing some sort of soprano, opera? Like, you want to put your best foot forward literally in the competition. So I would say, trust in your coach. If they do put the kitchen sink in there, great. But if you, in my opinion and my experience with my students, if you want to become a more skilled dancer long-term. And in my opinion, dance sport is a long-term game. It's not what we do today. It's what we do in next month, next 6 months, next 6 years. You're going to get much better results, bang for your buck, both short-term and long-term in dance sport if you slow down that learning curve. Isolate what is my foot doing, what is my hip doing, what is my torso doing, what are my fingers doing. Really break down what the movement is and isolate it in slow-mo. You can practice alone if you don't want to take lesson time doing it, that's fine. To refine that movement. And the good news is, guys, once you get that movement down in the figures that you have a little bit of a more natural aptitude to learn them quickly, you will be able to apply it to those other figures later that you're kind of dreaming of now that maybe aren't working for you today, because there was a lot of cross-pollination between the dances. And so that's my 2 cents, guys. And hey, if you have a kind of number one helpful suggestion for what to focus on for Latin. And again, I'm talking about competitors here, though you're certainly welcome to throw your hat in the ring for social dancing as well. That would be my suggestion for you. Okay, friends, thanks for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you first thing tomorrow morning with some more Ballroom Dance Chat. I thank you for joining me. Have an awesome day. Happy dancing.